Hello. Today is Thursday, February 29th, 2024. This is what establishes this as a leap year, the 29th day of February. Also, the last day of Black History Month. So, the weather here in Kentucky, Lexington to be exact, right now is sitting at 22 degrees. The high today will be around 46. Expect a few clouds, highs in the mid 40s and lows in the low 30s. Rain possible Friday morning. Devastation after Texas wildfires, and noticeably cooler than yesterday. Sunrise today will be at 7:10 a.m. Sunset at 6:31 p.m. The wind around 1 mile per hour. AQI good at 22. This is the Sideshow. I'm Theodore Parker. And as I say often enough, if you're watching the Sideshow on Facebook and Instagram, don't forget to like, comment, and share. Talk about it on WhatsApp. If you're watching the Sideshow on YouTube, like, comment, share, and subscribe. And the Sideshow coffee cup. Black 11-ounce ceramic, dishwasher safe. Good for all beverages, hot and cold, with the Sideshow logo on it. Buy from me for $17 plus shipping and handling. Pay me through Cash App, $TR Parker 1. Black History Month 2024. As much as I did cover this month, there's still a lot of things out there, to celebrate as Black people. And we can celebrate ourselves all year long. I was thinking about a comment that was made by, and this is coming from the comedy show that I mentioned, Little Known Comics. One of the person that closed the show was Roy Woods Jr. You might know him from The Daily Show with Trevor Noah, when Trevor Noah was hosting. And since it was brought by Black Enterprises, excuse me, a lot of the routines and focus was on Black people, So Roy made the comment, speaking about Black people, and about us being aware of supporting ourselves, promoting ourselves, not being so prone to jump on somebody else's bandwagon. And he used the example of seeing a Black woman wearing a t-shirt that said, "Kiss me, I'm Irish." So, given Ancestry.com, that might be true. But looking at a Black woman, that's not the first thing that would pop into my mind. That's for sure. So anyway, the idea is to celebrate ourselves, to be aware of who we are as a people, what we come through to get where we are now, you know? And that can be done all year long. So I wanted to just put that out there and make you aware of that. Two things I ran across this month that I did not get a chance to mention. And both of those are phrases or expressions, and they're a part of Black history as much as anything else, you know. And the first one is the expression, I don't have to do nothing but stay black and die. You may be familiar with it from the movie Lean on Me, with Morgan Freeman playing a part. I think he's in court and some other things are going on, and he uses the expression, I don't have to do nothing but stay black and die. It's actually a phrase of resistance, but where it comes from is a Langston Hughes poem. And that's like, you know, set me off into another tangent. You know, we usually in general terms refer to it as memory lane. But Langston Hughes, I can just hear somebody like, oh, I ain't asked you all that. And I'm like, well, who's telling the story? But anyway, as you get older, just one thing just leads to another. So just stick with it. So Langston Hughes. In Washington, D.C., there's a golf course named after him on Benning Road going away from downtown or away from Capitol Hill. And it's near what used to be the old Redskins football stadium. And then across, you know, from the golf course, there was a school, elementary school. Now, I was trying to recall the name of it. All I could remember was Spring, but I think it's Spring Garden. According to the way city planning goes, it's probably not even being used now because they usually take the oldest school and get rid of it or whatever. But whenever I made a trip there, it was still standing. So anyway, that being said, but the connection is where the golf course sits. There's a school across from it. The golf course is named after Langston Hughes. And the school was where Roberta Flack used to teach music at. And when you think of Roberta Flack, Donny Hathaway, and all of those things start coming to mind. So it was just an interesting connection to think about the phrase, I don't have to do nothing but stay black and die, and all the connections that go along with that, you know, from Langston Hughes. So as they like to say, real story, real story. But anyway, getting back to this expression, most of the time we just say, well, yeah, okay, it's from Langston Hughes, and, you know, we run with that. You know, that's sufficient. We know it comes from a Langston Hughes poem. And we just take it from there and put it in our back pocket and wait for a day when we can pull it out and use it. But I thought today I would do you one better and not just stop there. The actual poem by Langston Hughes is called Necessity. And I'm going to read it to you. So here we go. Necessity. Work. I don't have to work. I don't have to do nothing but eat, drink, stay black, and die. This little old furnished room's so small I can't whip a cat without getting fur in my mouth. And my landlady's so old, her features is all run together. And God knows she can overcharge. Which is why I reckon I does have to go to work after all. Necessity by Langston Hughes. The next phrase is the real McCoy. How often have we heard that? That's the real McCoy. This is the real McCoy. The real McCoy. Well, obviously, if I'm telling it to you in Black History Month, the last day of same, that it must be a black man we're talking about. And that is true. The real McCoy was the inventor Elijah McCoy, born in Canada in 1844. He had many different inventions, including an ironing board and a lawn sprinkler. Other companies copied his devices, but these never worked as well as Elijah's, so people would say, I want a, and make sure it's a real McCoy. That's it. Hashtag.